Oh, splits the double team. Oh, my goodness! Lonnie Walker!
Lonnie Walker's EuroLeague transformation tells an interesting story when compared to his NBA numbers. In EuroLeague, we see a player redefining himself. Looking back at his NBA profile, he was primarily an off-ball threat, with 39.3% of his game coming from spot-up shots, off-screen actions, and cuts combined. His catch-and-shoot efficiency on open looks was excellent at 67.8% effective field goal percentage. But the numbers dropped from there. Uncontested shots down to 51.9%. Off the dribble, even lower at 47.4%. Even at the rim, where you'd expect better numbers, he managed just 54.9%, a below-average stat. Watch his current EuroLeague possessions. The off-ball movement has decreased significantly. Instead of leveraging his biggest strength, those efficient catch-and-shoot opportunities, he's now creating more with the ball in his hands. Let's look at his creation numbers from the NBA. Running pick and roll on 24% of his offense, he scored 0.8 points per possession. In isolation plays, which were 6% of his game, he managed 0.9 points per possession. When defenses sent help his way, his efficiency dropped to 0.7. His assist-to-turnover ratio was 1.4, with a low 9% turnover rate. These weren't standout numbers for a combo guard in the NBA. But in EuroLeague, with its different athletic landscape, these creation limitations might not be as significant. That's why we're seeing Zalgiris bet on his ability to create more with the ball. Let's analyze his EuroLeague numbers. Coming to EuroLeague, we see a dramatic shift in his role. His on-ball usage skyrocketed. 38.9% of his offense now comes from pick and roll, scoring 0.86 points per possession. Add another 12.1% from isolation plays at 0.9 points per possession. However, these numbers, while similar to his NBA efficiency, aren't enough to put him among the elite creators in either league. Look at other EuroLeague guards with similar usage. Maudo Low, Kevin Punter, Nando De Colo, Rokas Jokubaitis, and Evan Fournier. And we haven't even mentioned higher usage players like Kostas Sloukas or Kendrick Nunn. The numbers paint a clear picture. His overall efficiency dropped from 0.99 in the NBA to 0.92 in EuroLeague. The biggest concern? His spot-up game has almost disappeared. Just 38 catch-and-shoot attempts, almost half of his NBA percentage, converting at a mere 66.7% on open looks. With one of the league's highest usage rates at 32.5%, it's not surprising his assist-to-turnover ratio fell to 0.9 and turnovers increased to 14%. Having said all that, you might think he's an average player, but he's not. We've seen flashes of dominance throughout the season. I've analyzed all his moves, and he shows the ability to exploit every type of pick-and-roll coverage. Let's break down some clips. Against drop coverage, he shows a complete arsenal. Watch him attack straight to the rim, challenging even elite rim protectors like Eddie Tavares. He can snake the pick and roll and finish, either going straight up or using his big man's Gortat screen. And if the defense sags too far, he'll punish the drop with a pull-up jumper. Let's look at these clips. Against hedge-out defense, his counters are impressive. Watch him split the hedge here, putting Papapetru on a poster. Then against Baskonia, using a guard-to-guard ball screen, he goes all the way to the rim. Notice how Dunstan's screen opens the lane. Watch him here retreat and then isolate against the defender. In this case, his former teammate Kendrick Nunn. See how he works his way around the hedge here, finding and exploiting Osman's lateral movement. Isolation makes up 12.1% of his offense. He creates these opportunities in two ways, either by forcing switches in pick and roll or through direct isolation plays where he can use his explosiveness. As you can see, his offensive arsenal is quite complete. He can attack any pick-and-roll coverage, create in isolation, and finish in multiple ways. But what's holding him back? Shot selection, decision-making, and consistency remain the big question marks. We need to add an important disclaimer again here. Walker has only been on European courts for 3 to 4 months. This adjustment period might be crucial. Learning EuroLeague's defensive schemes, understanding different referees' interpretations, adapting to a new basketball culture. These things take time. We've already seen flashes of dominance in certain games, showing what he's capable of when it all clicks. Will he develop into a dominant force in European basketball with more experience? That's something we'll have to wait and see. The tools are there, the flashes are promising, but consistency will be the key.
And Walker wants more. Lonnie Walker gets more. 3 triples in a row for the enigmatic American.
We've seen Walker's complete offensive arsenal, but also his current limitations. With only 3 to 4 months in European basketball, time will tell if these consistency issues are just part of the adjustment period. Hopefully, in a few months, we'll be making a video about how Lonnie Walker dominated EuroLeague. If you enjoyed this breakdown, support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. You can also help keep the content coming through Buy Me a Coffee, Super Thanks, or becoming a channel member. This is Baskethead, breaking down the game we love.
Lonnie Walker, the 4th! Are you kidding me?